Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Got another Yu-Gi-Oh video for you guys today. I had to come back. I know we just did a Canine Cyber Dragon video last week, but our Canine Cyber Dragon stream went crazy. The chat was popping off. So if you weren't there, you missed out. Bro, the ideas were flowing. We spent an hour just refining combos to get where we wanted to get. Now, if you guys have seen some of the combos on YouTube, there's a big combo going out right now that ends on this fucking card. Artifact Mjolnir. This thing is the new Artifact fucking Scythe. And we have access to it extremely easy between the Cyber and K9 engines. And we definitely got to focus on this because by the time you guys see this video, K9's coming out the next day. And then Spell Canceler's in here, but that was in here because we were trying to come up with a combo to be able to get both Mjolnir and Spell Canceler, and it just doesn't work. We need the extender that comes out later. It's the new K9 monster. If you guys don't know, there's a new K9 monster coming out. That's a level 5 Earth machine, which means it's searchable by Clockwork Knight, which can bridge us between Cyber Dragon and K9 even better than it already does. But we did come up with two really consistent combos, and this allows us to maintain our maximum number of starters. So we still have 12 starters. A lot of the other combos limits you down to 6 or less. And we don't want that. We want to be able to play off one card, so that way the rest of our hand can be non-engine or bait. So I'm gonna show you guys the two combos, and just to get you the brain juices flowing so we can start coming up with more ideas to perfect this deck. All right, guys, but these are like the best K9 Cyber Dragon combos that I've seen. So without further ado, let's jump in and let me show you guys the combos. So this is our one card combo from the Cyber line. Whether you open up Cyber Emergency or Cyber Dragon Core, both of these cards can get you into this combo. Obviously Emergency would just search Core. So we're gonna start off normal summon Core. Core effect, Rampage, grab Realm. We go into our basic Cyber line like we've been doing. Grab Chimera. Effect 2 normal summon at Chimera. Link into Clockwork Knight. Bang. Grab Clockwork Knight. Activate, send. Power Bond. And now here's where we start getting crazy. We link 2 monsters into Artifact Dadga. Now I wonder why we're going into Dadga. But Chimera dumps Worm, we use Worm effects. Send hurts. Worm special summons itself, gets us our spell card. Now we're gonna ditch our spell card for Clockwork Knight's Engrave. Well, we gotta add OG Cyber Dragon with hurts. That's actually really important for this part of the combo. Now Clockwork Knight, dump Realm, grab Therion King. We don't need Therion King just yet. Now here's where shit gets crazy. So we're gonna start off by playing Power Bond, and we're gonna chain Dadga. For anybody that doesn't know exactly what Dadga does, when an effect of another card on the field is activated, quick effect, you can set one artifact monster from your hand or deck to your spell and trap zone as a spell, but destroy it during your opponent's next end phase. During your opponent's turn, if this link summon card is destroyed, you can special summon one artifact monster in your graveyard in defense position. That don't matter. We care about that first effect. So we're gonna activate Power Bond, we're gonna chain Dadga. Dadga's gonna set Artifact Mjolnir. And we're going to summon Rampage Dragon, banishing Hurts and Core. Bang. Now, we actually use Rampage's effect to destroy our Artifact Mjolnir. So for anybody that doesn't know exactly what Mjolnir does, I didn't really explain it at the beginning. You can set this card from your hand to your spell and trap zone as a spell. During your opponent's turn, if this set card in the spell and trap zone is destroyed and sent to the grave, you can special summon it. That's one effect. The second effect is what we care about. If this card is special summoned during your opponent's turn, target one artifact monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position. Also, you cannot special summon monsters until the end of the next turn, except for artifact monsters. Sounds bad, but check it out. We're gonna pop it. So now it's in our graveyard. Now we're gonna dump some cards. I'm gonna dump Union Driver. Because Union Driver plus Therion King is just a free body. We care about that. All right, so now we're going into Nova. Bang. Nova effect. We want to detach Worm because we want to special summon Worm. We want the level 5 machine. Or the level 5 monster. Don't really matter if it's a machine. And then, of course, we're going to overlay into infinity. Bang. Now we summon Therion King, attaching Union Driver. Activate Union Driver. Special summon. And now we're gonna overlay. Now, a cool thing about this, about what we've got so far, we could stop right here. So guys, if you want to put other engines, it doesn't need to be K9, but K9 gets really cool with it. But basically, you could go into Princess Quinry, activate its effect, special summon Mjolnir to that side of the board, and then link it to SP Little Knight, and there's the lock. But we're gonna go as far as we can with our K9 monsters. So we're gonna go into Ripper here. Ripper effect, attach Worm, and now we're gonna grab Case of K9. If you want to run less cards, you don't need to play Case of K9. You could actually just grab Joe Cool straight away with Ripper. Ripper searches any card. Case of K9 is just good because it helps with OTK potential. So now we're gonna add K9 monster. We're gonna add Joe Cool. Joe Cool has become like my favorite K9 monster for the K9 Cyberdragon engine because it works with any level 5. You basically reveal Joe Cool and then the level 5, and you get to special summon both of them at the same time. That's why we've seen a lot of combos around Cleavefoot Genius. And once we get the new extender, there's actually a point where we can trigger Cleavefoot Genius twice in one turn, getting us 2 searches, and that's how we get into Spell Canceller. Well, unfortunately, we can't do that right now. So now we're gonna overlay here. Oh, no. Gotta use Joe Cool's effect first. Otherwise, we're losing out on an interruption. So Joe Cool to grab Lantern. Now we overlay into Quinry. And now we activate Quinry, detach Joe Cool, special summon Mjolnir. But we're special summoning Mjolnir to our opponent's field. So let me read to you again what Mjolnir does. Okay, Mjolnir's effects activated, we're not gonna negate it. If this card is special summoned during your opponent's turn, our opponent now controls Mjolnir, so their opponent is us. It's our turn. So because this is special summoned during during their opponent's turn, its effect triggers, which is target one artifact monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Also, you cannot special summon monsters until the end of the next turn, except for artifact monsters. So not only do they not get to summon anything, they are locked from doing any special summons for their next turn. And we still have more, because now we're going to Infinity, absorb the Mjolnir, yoink. And then of course, we're gonna link into SP Little Knight, and we're still not done, because we still have the Lantern in hand. So Lantern grabs a K9 monster out of the grave and special summons itself and the K9 monster. The only downside with the K9 monsters is you can't overlay into a light XYZ, otherwise it'd be kind of nuts. Anyway. So now we activate Lantern's effect to get a spell card. We got a quick play spell. Now Double Ripper looks a little lame, but it's because we'll have access to Ripper next turn, and we could just immediately go into Werewolf, which is another really good card, giving us hand knowledge. For anybody that doesn't remember what Werewolf does, when your opponent activates a card effect, you attach a material and you activate an effect based on whose turn it is. Since you would use it on your opponent's turn, you get to look at your opponent's hand and banish a card from it until the end phase. On top of hand and graveyard negate and 2 Omni negates and SP Little Knight's banish while they're locked on their special summon. If they can get through that, they deserve it. Granted, I did do this to an opponent who ended up hitting me with Dark Rule no more and evenly, but could do nothing else, and we still came back and won. But that's one of the reasons we want Spell Canceller. Anyway, let's jump into the Cyberdark side of it. All right, so this is another 1-card combo. This is from Cyberdark Realm or Cyberdark Claw. Unfortunately, this board is not nearly as powerful, but it gets you into the lock with a minimum of 2 interruptions or 3 interruptions. So, and I will say it doesn't really play into the K9 side of it. You guys know me, I want consistency more than anything, which is what we went for here. Bang. Special summon. I will also say that opening up just about any of the cards in this combo are not garnets, they're not bricks. The only card that's still a brick in Cyberdragon is just Power Bond, because of the way Chimera works. Everything else, fair game. As long as we open up any other card besides Power Bond, we're able to play as well as we want. So we're gonna send a core here. Get our Cyber Spell Trap, which is again for Clockwork Knight. Now we activate effects. Get Chimera. So this is the same typical combo, even with the new card. The only difference is after you get Clockwork Knight into the grave, you search for the new canine monster because it's an Earth machine. Because, you know, it had to be an Earth machine apparently. But now we're gonna go into Dadga. Bang. I'm gonna activate Clockwork Knight and Grave. Get rid of Realm. Grab Therion King. Activate Power Bond. Activate Dadga. Same thing we did in the last combo. Gonna set Mjolnir. And special. Bang. And of course, effect pop. And then rampage effect. We're gonna dump core and hurts, which is gonna get us back core because we haven't done our normal summon for turn yet. We did the initial normal summon. Normal summon. Grab Cyberload Fusion. Cyberload Fusion. Rampage. Get rid of these two. Boom, boom. Bang. Now we use the second Rampage. We're gonna dump Union Driver and OG Cyberdragon. Special summon. Nova. Nova effect. Now it should be looking pretty familiar because this is kind of like what we did in the last combo. Overland to Infinity. Now, while this isn't as good as the K9 variant, because obviously different starter, different combo line, it's still pretty good. Still gets us where we want to go. And it's remarkably consistent. Now, Union Driver. Same thing we did last time. And now, see, because we could bridge into K9 here. We can get Ripper, which would get us Case of K9, which can get us into any of the K9 monsters. Unfortunately, we don't have a second level 5 to be able to make our XYZs. That's the only downside. If we had a way to like summon Izuna, Izuna would dump one to grave, and then we could summon the red one from grave and continue to combo from there. Unfortunately, we cannot. So instead, we're gonna go into Quinry. Activate effects. Detach. Special summon Mjolnir. Of course, spawn it to our opponent's field, put it in attack mode. Effect triggers. Now we overlay. Not overlay. We link so we can get SP Little Knight. And we nom. So again, we still end up with 3 interruptions, and our opponent is still locked at a special summoning, and we would still have 4 other cards. The cool thing is both combos end us with 4 other cards. Like, these are pure 1-card combos. You don't need a single other extender besides what the rest of the combo can get you. So that I like. I just wish we could get into our K9 engine a little bit better, but I'm sure with a decent sized K9 package, you would open up with K9 cards, which means this board could evolve from there. This is just the basics, the basis of the basis. All right, guys, here's one more look at the work in progress. Some of the cards I don't really think we need, like Diesel Blaster, since we're not really doing the Cleave Genius play. Same with Spell Cancel; those could come out for other non-engine cards, or if you guys want to increase the size of the K9 engine. I think Joe Cool at 3 is the best because it works with any level 5s, and we have a lot of level 5 monsters, not just the K9 monsters. One Lantern, because it needs a setup. You won't really want to see it unless you have a way to get a K9 monster to grave, and it's searchable by Joe Cool. I know what people are saying. You see one Izuna. Problem is Izuna doesn't do anything by itself. Well, it does, but it stops you from using your Cyber Dragon line. If you normal summon Izuna, then you don't have a normal summon for the rest of your Cyber line. If your opponent hand traps you though, Izuna becomes much stronger. And then Lupus, same thing. Lupus, it needs a setup. That's kind of why I went with the dimensions I went with. But of course, guys, give me your thoughts. Let me know how you're evolving the combo. I hope this inspires you to come up with something new, because us being able to spit out a floodgate whenever the fuck we want and just run it as a one of, and even if we ended up with it in hand, pretty sure Dadka could set it for me. Oh, we could just manually set it. What am I saying? Yeah, from hand or Dadka could set it. So if for whatever reason we open up with it, it's not necessarily a dead card. But yeah, guys, these are the two combos I came up with a lot of help from chat on my last Yu-Gi-Oh stream. Guys, keep an eye out for when I post the next Yu-Gi-Oh stream. I want to keep evolving. I've seen versions of this that combine this with RB, though I think that's a little over encumbered. That's just me. But of course, guys, let me hear your thoughts. You guys will check me on social media. Those links are down below. That's going to be it for me. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.
In my eyes, I was born for this. I got demons on my side, you and I like this. I got reason to believe I don't need it from my gifts. Only I can change the world and it go like this.